We're talking about how to start a real estate photography business in 2025. I'm Jordan. I've been in the real estate photography business for about 5 years now. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to take your side hustle full time, by the end of this video, you should have a step-by-step plan to launch and grow your business in 2025. So let's jump right in. Starting a real estate photography business can feel overwhelming at times, but I'm going to break it down into 5 key steps. Number 1 is research and planning. Number 2 is gear and skills. Number 3 is legal and financial setup. Number 4 is marketing and branding. And number 5 is scaling your business. But let's start with step 1, research and planning. Before you buy a camera or reach out to clients, you need to understand the market and define your niche. Why do you need to do that? Well, if you jump in with no context and spend thousands of dollars on gear without knowing exactly how you're going to get your money back and then continue earning money, then you're in for a bad time. So let's do it the smart way. Here's how. You want to study your market. Look at real estate trends in your area. Are luxury homes booming? Are vacation rentals popular? This will help you identify potential opportunities. You can use things like Zillow, Redfin, or any of the other listing websites to help you kind of get a feel for how many listings there are at any given time. Take this opportunity to Google other real estate photographers in your area, which you can do by searching real estate photographer near me, and weed through the results to find real providers in your area. Skip over the photo mills that offer services at bottom of the barrel prices. These aren't your competitors. You want to define your niche as well. Will you focus on residential properties, commercial spaces, or something specific like luxury homes or Airbnb listings or VRBO listings, that sort of thing? Specializing can help you stand out, but make it abundantly clear that you are fully capable of handling anything that pops up on your website. That being said, having a really solid preferred specialization can lead to cornering the market in your area for that particular choice. For example, if you are well known as the go-to for luxury creations, then when someone has a luxury property, the first recommendation is going to be you. And you want to analyze your competitors. We touched on this briefly when discussing studying your market in another video, which you can click above my head, but it's really important. Research other real estate photographers in your area. What services do they offer? What are their prices? What do their videos look like? Are they any good? Doing a deep dive on their entire business can help you understand potential gaps in the market that you can fill. Maybe they're all focused on taking really good photos, but there's a desperate need for exceedingly good videography. That's where you could pop in. And a pro tip here, consider trying to do some initial research by talking to local real estate agents to get their feedback. They can give you actual real-life insight into what your actual real-life clients are looking for, and then you can take that information and strategize your business to meet their exact needs. Step 2, gear and skills. You absolutely don't need the most expensive equipment to start, but you do need the right tools and knowledge. Bare minimum, here's what you'll need. You'll need a camera, a DSLR or mirrorless camera with a wide angle lens. If you want a full breakdown of recommended gear at different price points, click above my head for another video. Kind of most importantly, you'll need a really sturdy tripod. I've been using the same tripod that I'm filming on for like the last 5 years. It's the Slick DX700 Pro. It's my favorite tripod of all time. I've got a link in the description if you want to pick one up. Like I said, I've been using it for 5 years straight and hasn't failed me yet. Super heavy, made out of metal. I mean, it's got some scuffs and scratches, but it's definitely not failing me anytime soon. You'll also want to pick up something to attach the tripod to your camera, which would be either a ball head or a geared head. I'm going to be real here. I used a ball head for a number of years. I really only just upgraded to a geared head because I used a geared head once and I didn't like it. So then I automatically was like, they're too expensive. You know, good enough with the ball head. But the thing with the ball head is when you adjust the camera itself, you have to loosen it, hold the camera, set it up, and then tighten it. Whereas a geared head, they're just 3 dials that once you get good at it, it's a whole lot more convenient. You can pick something up like the newer geared head, which I have a link to in the description below. It's one of the cheapest geared heads, but I've had no problems with it so far. I really, really like it. You'll need a drone. While it's not super mandatory to have a drone, aerial shots are quickly becoming like a thing for most realtors. For pretty much every listing that has at least some geographical intrigue in it, you know, if you live somewhere where it's just completely flat, like Indiana, and there's not really, well, Indiana's beautiful. If you live somewhere like New York City, where, you know, there's a lot of ordinances where you can't fly, then a drone makes a little bit less sense. But then if someone has empty land, like so let's say you're New York and you know, someone contacts you for something that's upstate New York, that's a lot of land, and they need aerial photos, then you'll want to take that. So you want to have gear that can facilitate that, even if it's not something that you use constantly. And of course, you'll need editing software. So learning Lightroom Classic and Photoshop to make your photos a whole lot better is a fantastic idea. And even if you're planning on outsourcing your photos, which you absolutely should, it's still a good idea to have a base knowledge of how to do everything in your business so that nothing can take you by surprise and you can make quick changes upon receiving client feedback. Another note here is that when I get my photos back from my editors, I don't ever just upload them immediately after receiving them. I always plug them back into Lightroom, double check everything, do some quality assurance type things. It can really help your photos stand out from your competitors. And a pro tip here, start with the basics and upgrade as you grow when it comes to gear. Focus on mastering the skills first. Clients care way more about the results than the gear. Remember, we only get paid to shoot and deliver, so what you shoot with isn't nearly as important as how you use it. I can use only my iPhone for an entire shoot and get better results than most other real estate photographers out there because I understand the fundamentals and I have, you know, mastered the craft. Can you say that? Is that a little bit arrogant? Maybe, but I could do it. Step 3, legal and financial setup. Now it's time to make your business official. Here's what to do. You choose a business structure. I'm not a lawyer or a CPA, so I'm not providing any specific advice, but you'll want to decide if you'll want to operate as a sole proprietor, an LLC, or a corporation. An LLC is a popular choice for small businesses, but if you plan on making any reasonable amount of money, something like an S corporation might be for you. If you're on an LLC and make more money than you expect, you will be on the hook for a lot higher taxes unless you spend all that money. You also want to register your business. You'll want to file the necessary paperwork with your state and local government. This involves using something like ZenBusiness to file the corporation or LLC itself, and then you'll want to get insurance. Liability insurance protects you in case of accidents, and equipment insurance covers your gear. Additionally, if you start reaching out to brokerages or commercial agents or property management companies to do work with these people, they usually require a minimum of 2 things, a business license and insurance. So you want to make sure that you are operating on legal grounds. Then you'll want to, of course, set up your finances. You can open up a business bank account, track your expenses, and use invoicing tools like QuickBooks or my personal favorite, Wave Apps, which is free and a whole lot better than QuickBooks. Sorry, QuickBooks, I don't mean to sound like I hate you, but I hate you with all my heart. And a pro tip here, you could consult a lawyer or an accountant to make sure you're covering all your bases. That makes a little bit less sense when you're not making as much money, but then as you make more money, that should really be the first hire that you make, is reaching out to someone who knows this kind of stuff to make sure you're not going to get absolutely boofed on taxes. And step 4, marketing and branding. Now that your business is set up, it's time to attract clients. Here's how you can get started. Number 1, you absolutely have to create a website. Your website is your digital storefront. It showcases your portfolio. You can list your services and include clear calls to action like book now, schedule a shoot, can have a little bit about you on the website itself. I've got a mini course coming out super soon. It's going to go over exactly how to create a website, so keep a lookout on that. I might have something in the description below that will let you enter in your email to be notified when that's live. And then you'll want to build a portfolio. Even if you're just starting out, offer free or discounted shoots to friends or local agents to build your portfolio. And another way you can do this is just by going into open houses with your camera and tripod in hand and offering to take 6 or 7 sample photos to send to that agent. This kills 2 birds with 1 stone because you're meeting people, you're getting people's information like, hey, their phone number, their name, their email address to send them the materials to, and then you're building your portfolio as well. So even if those agents never use you, you're still getting to get into houses and you're doing materials. Another way to go about getting clients would be leveraging social media, of course, duh. Post your work on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, surprisingly. is getting more and more relevant as time progresses. You'll also want to network with agents, so attend real estate events, join local Facebook groups, and reach out to agents directly. Face-to-face meeting is always going to be way better than online stuff. I mean, just a face-to-face handshake, hey, I'm Jordan, I do real estate photography, is going to be a whole lot more valuable than any ads that you can create or any DMs that you can send. Building relationships is key to getting repeat business. And a pro tip here, you can offer a free trial shoot or discounted packages to your first few clients. This helps you build credibility, and you can start getting word of mouth referrals and reviews to post on your Google My Business page. And step 5, scaling your business. Once you've landed your first clients, it's time to grow. Here's how to scale sustainably. You'll want to learn how to upsell services, so offer additional services like virtual tours, drone photography, drone videography, twilight photography, twilight videography, twilight aerial photography, twilight aerial videography, all this sort of stuff to increase your income per client. When you get to the point where you're doing real estate photography full-time, it is not enough to just do photos, aerial photos, and floor plans. It's not a sustainable business model. You're only going to be earning $300 per shoot. Whereas when you learn how to do all of them, I mean, I think my Works package has something like 14 services there, and I sell it for minimum $2,000. That's what you want to get to, is you have, and there's a video right here that you can click that goes over how to build your bundles with a sales ladder in mind. And this is really, really important. It's kind of off topic for this video, but it kind of makes sense on the token of like scaling your business. You have to get really comfortable saying that you charge a lot of money. Especially as you get more professional, you've got thousands or hundreds of shoots under your belt, and you know when someone reaches out to you on like a specific address or a specific zip code, and you're like, hey, that's going to do well with a property video, because the types of people that are buying homes in this area, maybe they don't have as much time, they just want to watch a quick video that goes through and shows them everything. Those are recommendations you can make to your clients, and when you build packages that have a sales ladder in it where it starts, you know, kind of low at, let's say, starts at $549, and then a couple $100 more at $749 for some additional services, and then $150 more for a few more services at the next bundle. And then you have your price anchor bundle for something like $2,000. It starts to make all those other packages seem a lot more attractive. And with the added bonus of, you'll have a lot of people just getting the Works package because they're like, hey, okay, just get everything. That happens a lot more than you'd expect it to. Once you get super busy and you're doing a bunch of the other bundles, you'll want to streamline your workflow. So you'll use tools to manage bookings, contracts, and invoicing. You don't want to use contracts for the regular day-to-day shoots, but when you get to bigger things like luxury, where you're doing, $4,000 for a single project, that's when contracts start to make sense. Wave apps for something like invoicing. Calendly to manage your bookings. You can have a Calendly embedded on your website, so when someone hits submit on your inquiry form, it redirects them so they can book you immediately. These types of things maybe don't make as much sense in the beginning, but as you get busier, they start to stack up in terms of importance. So it's really important to keep a lookout on these things. And as you grow, you'll want to consider outsourcing even more stuff. So you hire help, hire a second shooter to handle more jobs so that you can do the bigger priced ones. So you can have someone going to all the properties that are long-term rentals, or they're just photography and floor plans, or photos, aerials, and then you're the property videographer or something like that. All these types of things really, really, really stack up in terms of importance. And probably the number one to not forget is invest in marketing. So as you are making a lot of money, then it makes sense to run targeted ads on Facebook or Google to reach more clients. And pro tip here, above all, focus on delivering exceptional service. Happy clients will refer you to others, which is the single best form of marketing. But let's recap the 5 steps to starting a real estate photography business in 2025. Number 1 is research and planning. So you got to understand your market, define your niche, define where you're going to spend a lot of time and how you're going to make your money. In addition to that, in this research and planning stage, nailing down your pricing. Number 2, gear and skills. Invest in the right equipment and master your craft. You don't necessarily need the best of the best right away. As long as you can extract the absolute maximum out of what you have, you'll be good. Number 3, legal and financial setup. Make your business official and organized. That's all I have to say about that. Number 4, marketing and branding. So you have to attract clients and build your reputation. You're going to be working a lot. You want to work more. You want more shoots. You want more clients so that you can ultimately, number 5, scale your business, grow sustainably, and increase your income over a longer period of time. Start hiring out and streamlining your services. And by following these steps, you'll be well on your way to building a successful real estate photography business in 2025. But that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you learned something, like, comment, subscribe, stick around. This is kind of all I talk about all the time. So if you learned something here, you're going to learn a lot more coming soon. See you in the next one. Goodbye.